Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? Today is a new day, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. If you are here, let me know. Let me know if you are here. Here we go. Let's see if I can see y'all. Yes, 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 it is up. Hey, good people. How are y'all? It has been a long time coming. And I have not been on here in a while, but today is the day. And we are here. We are here. How's everyone doing? What's been going on? So, of course, I got to set myself up so I can see what's going on, be able to respond to you all. I am super excited about today. I'm super excited. Super, super, super excited. So, who's here? Who's on? Let's get to sharing. So, if you are on, please like and share. Please join us in as we are ready to talk to you guys about what God is doing in our lives and what God is doing in the lives of you, His people. Um, I'm here a little nervous. We're going to start. I'm going to actually play something for you today. Not sure if you can hear me in the background, but if you can, ignore it. Guys, I'd like to listen in so I know for sure that I can see exactly what's going on. But good morning. It's afternoon now, so it's no longer morning. But I am so grateful to be here. I'm so excited about what God is doing and what has been um, going on over the last couple of weeks, over the last couple of months. We have been preparing for this day, and now it's here, and I am nervous as all get up. I am so nervous. So um come on, like, share, join in, get the people in. I'm gonna wait a few moments. I'm going to wait a few and see who's going to join in and kind of give you all the information that we got going on here. Um, and we're just excited about what's about to happen, um, where things are going in our lives. So it's your girl, it's your friend, Coach T here. Just join in with us. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube real quick. Let's see who's joining in, who's watching. Yes, 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 yes. So we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Let's see if you guys can hear. Hope you can hear me better. Are you a millionaire? Are you walking in what God called you to walk in? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know where you're from. Like and share. Let the people know that you are here and you are ready to become who God has called for you to be. Let's get it going. Good morning, millionaires. Yes. Good morning. Hey, TikTok. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being here. We are grateful. So I am your friend, your coach. Those of you who are on TikTok and don't know me, don't really know exactly where I am from. My name is Tyler DeBose Dunham. I am the owner and co-founder and founder of the SVG Network, the TJ brand, RTD Customs, so many different things that God has given me. But this day and this time and in this hour, we are here to share with you Good Morning Millionaires, our first launch of the season, the first couple of episodes, the first different things that God has placed in our heart to do during this time. And so we want to say, Good morning, millionaire. What is it to be a millionaire? I know a lot of you kind of joined in or are wanting to join in because you are looking for that how to become a millionaire. And I need you to understand that becoming a millionaire is not a about finances. Yes, the finances is going to come, but it is not about the finances. It is a call to an awakening. It is a call to the person who God called for you to be. Over the last few months, maybe say I would say couple of years, to be honest with you, I was in this place where I kind of really just didn't know who I was. And I would get on here and I would talk, and I know you guys haven't seen me in a moment, and you haven't seen me actually make any type of posts and different things like that. But today I'm here because I had an awakening. I had an awakening and becoming in the person that God called me to be. And so that's how Good Morning Millionaires have been birthed out. That's what Good Morning Millionaires is all about. We are here to let you know that God has not forgotten about you and that there is still a plan and a purpose for your life. And in order for you to succeed in every area of your life, in order for you to become the millionaire that God has called for you to be, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, and in every totality of your life, you must awaken to the millionaire that is within inside of you. So what is the Good Morning Millionaires? Good Morning Millionaires is about waking up the richness of who God called you to be. It's about the awakening of your identity, your value, your responsibility, and your life and purpose in God. It is about the life God has given you permission to build. That is what the Good Morning Millionaires is about. And so you do not have to become someone else to succeed. You must become free enough to fully be who God created you to be. And so that's what we're here today to kind of know and learn about. I started this show because I wanted people to be free, to be able to break free and understand um, the reasoning why they've been held back. So I thank you for joining in. I think those I can't really see people for some reason when I go live through my eCam. Sometimes I can't see exactly who joined in. So if you are here, please say hello so that I can go ahead and acknowledge you. And say hello from and tell me where you're joining in from, what city and state, so we can acknowledge that. Please like and share and put the information out there, because today is the day that we are launching our first episode. We are launching what it is that God has called for us to do and to be effective in those places. And so, what about your life is keeping you from your destiny? What about your past, your present, your future, anything that you just felt like, I'm just not meeting this place. I'm just existing. I'm not being everything that God called for me to be. This here is going to be the awakening of what that is. Okay? This show, this experience that we are now bringing to the forefront is going to help you redefine who you are and what your destiny is. Okay? What if the life that you're now existing in wasn't the life that God intended for you? A lot of times we sit and we have become who people desired for us to be. We've become what our parents, wanted us to become. They tell you, you need to become a doctor, you need to become a lawyer, you need to become all these big things. If they see that you're great at sports, or you need to become a basketball or football player or this or whatever that is, they want you to maximize on your talent and all those different things. But what if that's not what God called you to be? I want to give you a story. My nephew years ago was drafted to the NFL, right? He was drafted into the NFL. He was great at football. He loved what he did. He played for the Giants at one point in his life, and he played for a season. And he was on national TV, and we were so excited. And all throughout his life as a kid, he was very talented in being a football player, right? He was very talented in doing all of what they said he should be. And I'll never forget the episode that came across um, the night TV show. Can't remember exactly the name of it, but it was a night show. I think it was not Jimmy Kimmel, but the other person that came on years ago. And he came on the show and it says, that he no longer was going to be a football player. Now, mind you, he played one season, just one season he played. He played one season, and he said in his live and in the episode that aired, he said, God called me to be a conductor. And he said that I needed to be home and closer to my father. I needed to be home and closer to my father. And so he ended his contract, not realizing that when he ended his contract with the Giants and he left all those millions and all that money, that months later his father would die. Months later, my brother-in-law passed away, and things in his life completely shifted. He ended up having to move back home, help out with family, do different things, and his entire life shifted. But it shifted for the best for him, because his life changed because he realized what his identity was. He realized what it was that God had called for him to do in that time and in that season. And so all his life, he thought that he was supposed to be a football player when he was just being shaped into the person that people thought that he was supposed to be, that people desired for him to be. And he had to step away from that to become who God called for him to be. And now he's very successful in the business that he's in. He travels, he goes all these different places, and he's able to build the life that he wanted to build for his son because he became obedient to what God told him to do back then. What if he never was obedient because he seen money? How would his life be right now? And that is the same thing, that the reason why I decided to have, Good Morning Millionaires. Good Morning Millionaires, it's not about a greeting. And I know that when we think about Good Morning Millionaires, or when we think about, talking about what is Good Morning Millionaires. Hey, hey DJ, thank you for joining in. We think about the morning time. But Good Morning Millionaires is a greeting. It's a wake up call. When you say good morning to someone, you're waking them up to the new day. You're waking them up to what it is that's going on in their life, right? At that present moment. It's not just physically, but it's mentally, it's emotionally, it's spiritually, and it's practically. This is your invitation at this time and in this moment to stop existing on autopilot. I need you to stop existing on autopilot. Sometimes we just continuously go every single day and we go about our time and we go about life and we literally go through this mechanically. We walk mechanically every single day. We know that when we wake up in the morning, we're waking up and you go through the mechanics of the day, right? You get up, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you do your hair, you may do your morning routines or whatever it is that you do, and you go about your day daily. Being part of the Good Morning Millionaires is not the time to sit and be on autopilot any longer. We're not about being on autopilot. We're not about learning how to be a millionaire per se, but we're learning how to walk in the destiny and the identity of the becoming of who God said that we are in this time and season. And so this is not just another podcast that we're going to be doing. This is not just another show that you're going to come and watch, and you're not going to be just looking at, what I go through on my daily walks or whatever it is that I do throughout the day. This is the time that you come in the mornings at every Monday morning at 6 a.m. We're going to be giving you strategies on how to walk in the mindset that God called for you to walk in. Okay? We're going to talk about your identity. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about purpose. We're going to talk about discipline. And then we're also going to talk about the systems that is needed to stay effective. Okay? How you can heal, how to walk in obedience, how to walk in the leadership and the process that it takes to be calm. So you want to say, well, who is Tyela, right? Who are you to tell me how to become what God told me to become? And I know you see me looking in different areas and different directions because I'm live on different platforms. But who are you to tell me what it is that I need to become, right? Well, let me tell you. I'm a coach, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a business strategist, I'm a designer, I'm a systems builder, I'm an entrepreneur. I am somebody who God called to help you see your potential. But those are just my titles. Those are just the things that I do. And I need you to understand who I am without that. Tyela is a person who is rediscovering herself, my identity and who God called me to be. And I'm learning to become more consistent in those areas. So we're not here today to point out your failures, and we're not here today to point out your inconsistencies or the different things that you did not do. Today we're here to point out, how do you go past that? How do you move forward in becoming who God called for you to be, right? I'm still becoming, and I'm going to take you on the journey of how I am still becoming. The Bible says in Psalms 118 and 24, this is the day that the Lord hath made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. As I always say, every single time that you hear me come on social media, I say, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. But are you really glad? Are you really happy about who God called you to be and what it is that you're doing in this time? What it means to be a millionaire is not claiming to have millions. It's not claiming just prosperity. It's not reducing your bank account or anything like that. In order to be able to be a millionaire, you have to succeed in the lack of peace that you have. You have to move past that. And a lot of us are not disciplined. A lot of us, and I'm talking about myself as well, we're not disciplined. We're not walking in the true identity and the integrity that God has called for us to be in. And so this is the time that you wake up the value of your identity. your time, your gifts, your talents, your relationships, your testimony, your opportunities, and your resources, and the availability to solve the problems that you can solve for other people. What is it that you offer, and what is it that you bring to the table? A millionaire's mindset is not pretending you already have everything put together, but it's learning to faithfully steward what is already in your hands. As I always say, you need to learn how to maximize your potential. You have to understand how to maximize who God has called you to be. So, the problems that we are addressing today, we are understanding how to wake up who we are in God. We're redefining what it means to be a millionaire. And we are giving ourselves the freedom to become. That is what Good Morning Millionaires is about. You don't have to keep performing, you don't have to keep shrinking yourself to be who people want you to be. You need to understand that God has called you and he has predestined you, and your success lies in your obedience to him. So Good Morning Millionaires exists to provide faith, strategy, systems, and the community you need to become your authentic self and build from that place. So I'm going to play the song one more time, and I want you to understand what it is that's going on with you. Good Morning Millionaire. If you can hear it, let me know. If you can't, I'll turn it up. God has given you another chance. He's giving you another chance to be able to move and be the millionaire that he called for you to be. It's your freedom to become. It's your time to become. It is Good Morning Millionaire. It's time for you to become who God called for you to be. So good morning, millionaires. If you are ready to become and ready to move forward and walk in that season, I need you to go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Good Morning Millionaires. You type it in, you can type my name in, and you'll be able to see it. Like, subscribe, and listen out for the Good Morning Millionaire show. Every Monday morning at 6 a.m. we'll have a show. At on Fridays, we'll have a recap of the week. And every third Monday, we'll be live here, not only on Facebook and YouTube, but on TikTok and every other place that God has called for us to be on. And guess what? It's time to become. Good morning, millionaires. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to ask and you would like us to answer for you, go ahead, put the questions in the comments, and we'll go ahead and do that. This is the time for you to be able to do that now. And while we're waiting, we're going to play the song once again. I think it's going to play. So I'm not sure who joins in because I can't see you. Thank you for joining in. Can't see who you are, but thank you. Please comment, like, share. We're about to end, but I need you to know that is your time. Good morning, millionaire. Yes. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, good morning, millionaires. Let's walk in freedom. Let's walk in what God has called for us to do. And let's move forward in victory. Today is your day to become. Good morning, millionaire. If you need to reach out to me, go ahead and put the information in our comments, or you can go ahead and send us a message and we will respond back to you. But until next time, good morning, millionaires, and I'll see you Monday morning. You all have a blessed day.